We're back. We're live. We're here to entertain and educate and inspire you on another pirate broadcast. And I just want to thank you so much for joining us. If you're joining us live or in the replays, just thank you. All the gratitude in the world. I really appreciate all of the support in the community, live streaming support. And if you're not subscribed to Gabe's stream of the day on LinkedIn, the newsletter is out. Go subscribe to it because it's amazing. There's a lot of content, a lot of creative efforts there going on. And I just want to welcome you to the Pirate Broadcast Tuesday, the 1st of February, and we're going to have a great time. We're going to have Usama join us, and we're going to be talking about what he's got going on in the world today. So let's jump in. Let's dive into it. All right. Welcome to the Pirate Broadcast, where we interview interesting people doing interesting things, where you can expand your connections, your community. Kindness is cool and smiles are free. And let's get this party started. We got some connection issues. Usama, if you have to drop out, we'll drop out. But I just want to welcome you today. It's the 1st of February. I cannot believe that January has already passed and we're actually here. We're actually jumping into the next month of 2022. And I hope everybody's doing well and things are looking up for this year, because they are for me. They are for a lot of people I've been talking to. A lot of excitement going on in this next year, 2022. And oh man, we got a few people in the room. Hey, Captain, looking forward to it. How are you doing, my brother? Love it. Alex is in from Alex, where are you from? I know you're in the Midwest somewhere. So, and there you go. Yes, amazing. LinkedIn user, good morning. I'm not sure who the LinkedIn user is. I'll have to go over on LinkedIn and look at it. So let's bring Usama in again. Try it. And Matt Mohawk Denny is in the room. Thank you so much from Ohio. Alex from Ohio. Thank you so much, Alex.
Alexandria. How's it going? Dr. Alexandria.
And yes, he is good. Hawk is good. Matt says he's in from Virginia today.
Whoop, whoop.
Fantastic. So, Usama, we finally got to get on a live stream together, just you and I, and we've been on a few back and forth, and I just wanted to get you on and talk about some of the things you're doing, because you've been an influence here and had great conversations with a lot of people. So, for those that may not know you or may not understand what you're doing and what your focus is, share a little bit about what you got going on these days.
Alrighty. First and foremost, thank you so much. I mean, it's indeed an honor to be a pirate. I should have had like, but that's definitely another moment. I mean, for me, it has always been that journey of learning. I mean, while during that learning, I actually tend to learn a little bit more about myself, and I learn about people along the way. I mean, learning to discover, to thrive, and basically the best treasure of learning, of knowing something, is to share. I mean, to share is to care, definitely, towards the rest of the world. And this one, of course, dates back all the way when I was 15, 16 during that moment and everything, because I've always believed in the concept of empowerment. I've always believed in the concept of helping others. I've always believed in basically making people their greater day, making them feel they're superheroes of their own nature or whatever they got going on. Instead of being dragged down, we can all pull them up together. I mean, like you always say, I mean, smiles are free.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Exactly. And kindness is just a ponderance in the mindsets of others, so that it develops the new concept called diligence. So this is where actually, as I started during that moment, and then with the teaching and everything. And this is when I started my bachelor's degree. That was 7 years ago. I started in the very first concept, but I was combining a couple of things and not just studying for the courses, but I was
Mhm.
studying other things on the side. I mean, from listening to scholars like Tony Robbins, Les Brown, and all the credible actually influencers out there used to grab the gravity, the good things, I mean, with philosophy and everything. But then afterwards, people they were like telling me, can you teach me this? Can you teach me this? And this is where I discovered what my really good thing was. I mean, is to teach,
Mm.
is to coach and everything. But I didn't know the concept of coaching, and never, even though I've been doing it ever since I was 16, but I never knew that was coaching. But I've always loved being there for a person, whoever that thing, whoever might be. I mean, to be empathetic, to listen, and then basically to help them harness their own talent towards that situation, how they will be able to solve it. So coaching has been ever since. So that's why I mean, over the years, I combine it, even with live streaming, I combine um live coaching and public speaking together, which I just yesterday I discovered it, which I just combined the two of it, and it's called live speaking coach. I just thought it's like bringing those two worlds together, because in order for a person to public to speak, we have to internalize what gets them to their peak. And in order to understand their life, we have to genuinely think about how they can make best use of it. And great accomplishments take time, but we can always be able to do it with partnership, with guidance, and that's how we can uplift their confidence for the better. So
It's interesting as well because as I'm a lifelong learner, and one of the things I
mhm,
enjoy is learning. The other thing that I enjoy, much like yourself, is teaching and sharing this knowledge. Because there's a couple of things that happen when you're sharing information is that you continue to learn. You can't teach without learning. So there's this
mhm,
interaction that takes place in this subtle conversation back and forth allows you to also see other perspectives from those that you're working with, those that you're teaching, those that you're having conversation with. And I think a lot of life is about unlocking our perception about ourselves,
mhm,
about those around us, and how we can actually influence that decision that we make in our mind every day to either, wake up with gratitude and appreciate the things around us and really thrive in the day. Or you say, oh man, everything's bad. I just really hate it. I just can't think about what I want to do. It's, woe is me, poor, pitiful me. And I think right now, more than any other time in history, we really need to start encouraging people to stay positive, to stay uh, informed, educated, and lift people up. Would you agree with that? And it looks like you may have. Hey, Krista, welcome to the show.
Hey, Chris Mullen, how's it going?
Yeah,
Hey,
uh,
thank you so much for popping in.
Alex says yes. It's afternoon here in France. And Alex
Mm,
says, I didn't realize how much I enjoyed smiling at people until we started wearing masks and
yeah.
no one could see us smile, and especially
Mhm.
children when I want to see them smile. That's why I love video because I can see all the smiles. That is
Yep.
true.
Wow.
Uh,
True. True.
I am good. I love everything you said, Russ. Thank you so
Oh
much,
yeah.
Krista. Krista's an awesome individual that I
Yeah.
really thoroughly and love and enjoy. So, uh,
Mhm.
Usama, I want to talk a little bit about your focus on generation Y and X and Y. And is that because that's what you're comfortable with, or is that because you have a certain um, understanding about or appreciation for?
Mm. Oh, okay. For me, it's because I go with this form. I mean, there's a saying in Arabic that goes خاطب الناس على قدر عقولهم, which means speak to people according to their level of understanding. So over the years, I would say it's Generation Y and Z. Generation Y and Z. So, and of course, with all the generations that I've had interactions with and everything, I'm comfortable completely with all. But I don't know why I feel with particularly Z, like a lot of time, I mean, the mindset of that instant gratification. I'm not saying all, but it's all because of the social media, seeing the success of others, and they feel like, oh, I need to rush. And forgetting that they're filled with a lot of blessings in their current position where they're currently at. And so what they really genuinely need to think and consider is great things take time. So with the
Hmm.
instant gratifications, I mean, that we see it on social media, it's just been bombarded left, right, and center. And it's like I'm just 20 and I'm already making seven figures a month and stuff like that. So this is where basically it steals their joy. I mean, like this is what comparison is all about. Comparison is the central core that basically repels our own blessings. And basically jealousy is the thief of our own joy. And this is what a lot of times, and it sprinkles not just with generation Y and not just with generation Z, even with Y and even with X, and it's pretty much it's bombarded left, right, and center everywhere. And
Hmm.
negativity, it doesn't matter how young we get, because Russ, I believe I'm older than you. No matter how much we
I just
how
have more
young we get,
experience.
or that's
Love you, man.
right.
Yeah.
And I love you back, my brother. Love you back. And as even we go back, we still undergo with those negativity. It's just all around us, right?
Yeah.
But it's at the same time goes about whom are we circling ourselves with. This also plays into a major role. I mean, that's why also they say, tell me who you spend time with, and I'll tell you who you are. Birds, feathers flock together. So the kinds of people who we circle ourselves with, it determines the kind of future we're gonna have. If all of them they're ambitious, they're hardworking, they do a lot of great things. Like for instance, like yourself and so many people on the LinkedIn. Like when I see Gabe, Travis Lochner, Russ H, Junaid Iqbal, and so many of the wonderful people like Elizabeth, Inger, so many people, I mean, too many to count. So much, it's just prosperous. So it encourages you to start even driving even more. You see them doing great things. It won't be a form of jealousy. How come they did it and I didn't have it? It's going to be my, hey, they're doing this. No, I need to push myself even more. So there is no time to be wandering around. There is no time basically to think it's like, oh, woe to me, like you said at the start. It's all about basically the other principle, like either we react, compare, and complain, or we respond and foster. It's like this situation comes about, okay, what happened? A negativity bestowed upon me. What should I do next? Should I sit and cry about it? Or should I just keep moving? Should I
Yeah.
do what's something that's better? And this is, of course, comes from the defense mechanisms of Sigmund Freud, which is called the supplementation method, converting a situation from negative to positive. We all have that, but it all takes the willingness, and just to keep moving. And even on the path of entrepreneurial or anything like that, it's not always hunky dory. It's filled, but
Right.
it's about enjoying the passion, enjoying the journey, passion. As long as we're passionate, and then the income will just be flowing after some time. So yeah.
The other thing that I want to point out, though, is we go through phases.
Yep.
Whether it's ups or downs, there is a value in feeling our feelings and really understanding. Okay, what is if you're feeling down, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling just kind of not 100% on, it's okay. Give yourself
True.
permission to feel what
True.
is going on and understand what is the lesson in this. What am I feeling this, and why am I feeling
Hmm.
this, and what is it that is triggering this emotion in myself? Because I think it's really important that we learn how to understand what is going on in ourselves and our mind and our emotions, and I
Hmm.
really like the idea that there are times we have to remove ourselves from toxic situations and upgrade our environment in order to accomplish bigger goals, because there's a lot of influence around us that can
Oh yeah.
it, change our state of mind. And we really have to think about, how can I improve my situation? How can I improve myself, my self-worth, my self-esteem, my understanding of
Hmm.
who I am, where I am, and where I'm going? And then getting around people that are inspiring you, is a huge help. And that's what I see you doing all the time, in these live streams and these conversations that you have. So thank you for doing that. And I just want to have you speak to that, the ups and downs and the emotions around it and how you deal with it.
Mm. So, like you said, I mean, at the same time, we're not robots. I mean, negativity, it's just gonna be there. I mean, we'll all, I mean, just like this, they say, I mean, life is meant to be unpredictable. Life is meant to be it's just like a wave and how we ride along with it. And we just flow with it as we're learning and growing. This is what Robert Berry said. It's like a wave. I mean, you just go along with it. There is a phase. And but it's actually during that moment of patience and seeing what we can. And of course, having the right kind of companionships, like we said, the friends, the connections, and all the family that's all around us, they keep us moving. They keep us moving with the fact, but at the end of the day, we'll be taking ourselves to the where's the next journey. It will always, it will not always, hey, Gary Vaynerchuk, that's the man. It will
Yes.
not always
There
be
you go.
easy. I mean, it'll never be easy, but it's actually allowing ourselves, it's like things will get better. That's why there's a verse in the Quran that says, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, which means, which surely after every hardship comes ease. And during
Yeah.
hardship is where we find ourselves. During hardships is where we discover ourselves. During moments of difficulties, this is where basically we turn our agility, we bring our remarkabilities towards the table. Because no pain, no gain. Because by pain, we prosper. By challenges, we rise. By opportunities, we grow. And that's how we'll know. Had it not been by all of those trials and tribulations, we wouldn't have been where we are today. That's why they also say in Arabic, كل تجربة تقربنا علينا, كل تجربة تعرفنا علينا, which simply means it's like every trial, we acknowledge ourselves, and every trial gets us closer to ourselves and to our goal. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Krista says toxicity is a huge no-no. We must
Oh
detox
yeah.
our surroundings regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, positively. I want to come back to what you were pointing out, because every opportunity or every challenge has its opportunities, and sometimes these challenges in these down moments builds resilience. And the more we experience, the more resilience we achieve, and therefore we become more balanced. You know, if you're thinking like the Stoics, you know, don't get too excited about the exciting things, because they're all temporary. Don't get too depressed about the disappointments, because they're temporary. Let's just understand that we can go through life, we can understand and observe and know what we're doing, and just understand those feelings, understand those emotions, and learn from them. Use those opportunities to challenge ourselves as well as those around us. And I think it's really important that we continue to think that way, because it's something we all have the ability and the opportunity to do. Jenny Gold says,
Right. Hey.
yes, saying hi to the team here. Rex
Hey, Jim
Powers,
Cole.
good morning, fellow streamers.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Rex.
Hey.
Joe's here.
Yeah.
Good morning, Russ. Another
Hey.
great show. Thank you.
What's
Alex
up?
is every storm runs out of rain. Absolutely. Ooh,
Mm,
that's
yes.
that's powerful. I like that one.
Oh, the
Gabe.
game, the new legend.
Yeah. And Rex says suffering is the medication for total fulfillment in life.
Like, oh yes.
Yes. Thank you, Osama. Thank you so much.
Like,
So
you're
let's
welcome.
let's dive into this adventure you got with speaking, coaching, collaboration, and what's taken place, because I know you're working on your PhD, you're working on some education, continuing this experience. And I've been I took the University of Life path. I went to the University of Life, and I continue to attend on a regular basis. So the reality is my experience has been lived. I'm living my experience in understanding and growing and accumulating knowledge through that path. Is there programs and classes that you've taken that have really amplified what you're doing in these conversations in live or in life in general? Is there something that is connecting you with those two pieces of knowledge?
Oh yeah, definitely. Every knowledge is a blessing. It's about what we do with it. So it's actually, and it doesn't mean that we'll be applying everything that throughout the path, but it's actually, I've learned one thing from one of my friends that taught me almost around 8 years ago. He said it's like whatever subject or course that you're studying, think of it as in your life. How does it apply to your life? Ooh, Phil Davis is in the
Philip,
building.
yeah. Gabe here has some knowledge to drop. Sometimes we need to find our inner
Mhm,
strengths and resiliency. This morning I woke up, just wanted to give up. I didn't have the
mhm.
bandwidth, but because of some amazing people and things shared this morning has helped me out with this struggle. Gabe, I
Yep.
feel you, brother. I love you, and I want you to feel supported and know that we're here to help you along your journey, because we all feel that way sometimes. It's like I roll over, and there's sometimes it's like I don't even want to walk to the computer. So it's we appreciate and understand it. DJ's
Bro.
in the house. Yes, truly
Woo!
genius.
Nah, nah. I'm surrounded by all the geniuses around me.
Yeah, Krista says lifelong learning is my oxygen. Yes,
Wow, love that.
ups and downs only mean you're a human. True story. That's true story.
Hmm.
So lessons. My point that I for the question, Usama, was life lessons arrive at the most unexpected times. You were talking
Oh,
about your friend 8 years ago and some of the lessons that you learned from that experience. So kind of expand on that a little bit.
okay. So, and it's not, and it's also about the type, like we said at the start. I mean, the conversation as well. I mean, anything, because with the brain in all order for it to turn into a game, we have to express it. If it's not blown, it will not be known and will never grow, right?
Right.
So it has to be set out, it has to be expressed. So this is why, I mean, there is the group studying or something like that. This is where ideas comes about. I mean, group sharing or whatsoever, because you guys will be talking about things, maybe the same topic, but each one of you guys has a different style. And this is why there's three letters, as they say, CSA, which is content, the type of content. Every course, anything, our life is content.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, are we content with our life? And the second thing is S, which is style. Every style has a different smile, right? And
True.
number three is audience. And how all of that we learn, how can we pass that to the audience? And this is where the KISS method comes about, keeping it sweet and simple. So
Yes.
sweet that it will allow them to taste it over and over again, and so simple that will leave a dimple in their face whenever when they remember, they just smile, because it's making it so simple of a complex, for complex theory or complex situations, but we turn it so simple that it gets so easy towards that. And this is what Albert Einstein describes as, in other words, he says, if you study a theory or something, and if you're not able to explain it simply, that means you have not understood it fully. So
Yeah.
it's by simplifying it in a way that anyone in the room or everyone in the room can definitely understand. So along that journey, it's like falling in love with the process, reading, to so also that we'll be able to grow a tree that we have no intention of sitting, so that it can leave off for the others. Because knowledge is contagious, but it's definitely the way how we carry it forth. So when we carry it wholeheartedly, generously, it's gonna always have a way of coming back. Because just like Alexander Rosa said a couple of moments ago about the storms and rains, so the storms basically with the rain gets rid of it. But in the wordings of Job Hope Bryan, when he said, storms creates rainbows, losses creates leaders, and whatever goes around comes around, and that's how it will compound.
And here we have some more knowledge being dropped. If I may share a
Mm,
resource, GOE.AC. Sylvia has a
mm,
course called Star Matrix, which is all about finding your star moments in the face of adversity. Lots of free
mm.
resources on Shining as Bright as You Can, too.
Wow.
Duncan, thank you
That's a,
so much for sharing that. I love this kind of experience, Usama, because this is what it's all about. And I know that Krista and I have had many things, and some of the same principles in life. They go back to even marketing. Keep it simple, keep it super simple, keep it sweet, make sure that you're understood. And sometimes you know, I was once told, cut the embroidery and get to the point, Russ, because too many words can confuse the issue, and I'm guilty of that. And so I just want to recognize that we're all on a journey, and hopefully it's an experience that we can educate ourselves and improve every day. And don't compare yourself against somebody that's on Instagram saying how much they made last year. Compare yourself against the person you were yesterday. Add and enhance the person you are today to improve your direction and your future for tomorrow. That's so expand on
I
that.
need I need to drop the building for words of wisdom. If Gandhi was to be alive, he'll just retire right now. It's like, whoop, wow. Mm.
Oh, we could talk all day. The reality is that we have an opportunity, right, Usama?
Absolutely.
So
It
what's your vision
exists.
for the next 12 months? What's Usama going to do?
Mm.
What's the path you're going to travel?
Wow. We're traveling as we are talking. Lots, lots of couple of so lots and lots of things. I look at it as in that way where not only because like you said, a lifelong learning, just continuously learning. Hopefully, I'll be publishing a book this year. It's one of my goals is actually to be publishing a book.
We all support
Second
you in
thing,
that.
thank you so much. That one, and at the same time as well, I mean, to learn about the video edits, I mean, in depth, those professional kind with Adobe Premiere Pro, and to be posting content towards that, and to be working actually with some of the most incredible folks like Selena Young, who's a LinkedIn branding expert, who's actually hopefully looking forward as well to be working along with her, and so many of the other people, and hopefully to be building the business even to a higher standard. While at the same time, I mean, helping and supporting others of those around. I mean, the community to build it up as much as possible. Because 2020, as I looked at it, 2020 was the year of basically trying to expose myself as much as possible, getting to know the people and everything.
Mm-hmm.
2021 was a year basically I had a dream was basically to start a show. And then when it was LinkedIn, it was approved. I was like, oh, so much. I mean, with God's grace and mercy, being on several shows and everything, I was like, okay, that exposure wise was done. Okay, it's really good. Getting to know the people, it's awesome. Developing the community, building, growing. But this year, I think about it, same those principles, the same way going about. But now it's going to be more form of monetization. Now, this work now is to basically to monetize a lot of the stuff that do. Oh, you
Kenneth,
got a junior.
KDJ, savor the flavor of
Hey.
awesomeness in you peeps, sharing the delectable, scrumptious, delicious, edible, tasty, good, heartfelt thoughts with us today and every day.
Hey.
Love you, man.
Oh, savor the grace, my brother.
DJ, fire on fire.
Of course,
Get it.
because of us.
Oh, it's because of you, Usama. We're all here together, working together. I love it. Kenneth says, Russ Johns, please don't encourage it, Usama. He will talk your ear off forever. Well,
Ah.
I'm pretty tight on the show. So, as we wrap up, I know that we'll have other future conversations, Usama. So I do appreciate you joining us today, dropping some nuggets of knowledge and sharing some wisdom. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are supportive and they're supporting each other. The live streaming community here in LinkedIn, especially, is
Mhm,
really, it's incredible. It's an incredible situation that we have
mhm.
an opportunity here to thrive in the next number of years. I know, and it's going to do nothing but grow. And I look forward to you taking a leadership role in that growth and being present and persistent in in your support here. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm such a proud and honored to be a pirate today. Should have been wearing that thing, but next time.
Well, pirates, we don't necessarily have to do things the way that other people do them. We just have to be ourselves, right? So, Kristen, awesome to hear about your plans, Usama. Wishing you both amazing 2022. Krista, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Because of Usama, I was approved for LinkedIn Live last May. Perfect. Love it. Pirate forever.
Pirate forever.
Love you, Krista. Yep. So, Usama, how can people track you down, and what's the best way that you enjoy and appreciate people connecting with you?
On LinkedIn 24/7. I mean, I'm available on LinkedIn 24/7. They can definitely reach out. But when it comes, for instance, to confidence building, mindset transformation, and how to harness your talent to the best potential, so be it public speaking, so be it in situations and stuff, please feel free by all regards. Or, for instance, looking for ways to hop on a Zoom call and conversation. I love to connect with people. So please reach out by all means. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. And everyone, thank you so much for joining in the party, joining in the conversation. Your comments and your support are just all the gratitude in the world. I really come from the heart, and it's always something that I enjoy and appreciate, conversations like this. And Usama, thank you so much for joining us, becoming a pirate, finally a pirate. Yes.
Woo!
And also know that kindness is cool and smiles are free. So you enjoy the day. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining the Pirate Broadcast. If you found this content valuable, please like, comment, and share it across your social media channels. I would love the opportunity to help others grow in their business. The Pirate Syndicate is a platform where you show up, we produce the show. It's that easy. If you want to be seen, be heard, and be talked about, join the Pirate Syndicate today.